What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Real Deal Sports Father's Day edition. I'm not a father, but these two gentlemen that I do our show with is, you
No,
know,
no, no.
you are a
That's
father.
disrespectful to people with human children.
Bro, what the hell, dude? I hear people all the time talking about I'm a cat mom, dog mom.
No,
all
I
that.
will say, I
You a,
don't
you
feel
a cat
disrespectful.
father? What you?
I,
about?
I don't feel disrespected because I put I put a lot of more time and energy into my animals than a lot of people do their kids. So I don't feel disrespected. But to people who do
Hell,
put time and energy into their kids, they don't like it when
no.
animals
Some
parents
people
are
treat
compared
their
to.
animals like kids. Be paying for surgeries and $10,000 foot
Look,
surgery for a cat.
I'm gonna
Like,
tell you
bro,
a story. Look, I'm gonna tell you a story right now. I got a lady right now in my apartment complex who carts around her cat everywhere she go. I'm so serious. Like she'd go to the mailbox, she will have that damn cat in
he
the.
always with her.
It's like a little baby stroller. Swear she pushes that damn cat everywhere she go. Man, I'm not even playing.
And by the way, people
Treat
think
like a
that
baby.
those people are crazy, but I'm like, listen, the
I'm
fact
not gonna lie. I thought she was crazy a little bit.
they're a little crazy, but I think it says more about the other parents that they don't spend that person spends more time with their animal than they do with their own kids. I think that says more about you. So,
and you know what? In the way that he put it like that, that's facts though. Because I mean, I'm telling you, she'd go to the store with the cat. She walked the cat.
I mean, it's a little crazy.
Job. But I'm saying though, she do spend a lot of time with that cat. But what John's saying though, I get it though, because it is a lot of people that spend more time with their animals than their own damn kids. That's messed up. But yes, happy Father's Day to y'all. Like I said, Nico, I know you're not a father, but you have a father, so still happy Father's Day to you as well, man.
Yeah, happy Father's Day, Dad. Not me, Dad. But all right, guys, let's get into it, man. Will Russell Westbrook be a Laker next season, and what does that mean for his career and the Lakers? Gentlemen, I'm gonna start with this one. I believe Russ will be a Laker next year because just too much money. What is it? 40 million? That's a lot of money to owe somebody. Unless you're just trying to sell tickets at this point.
And the problem is teams don't even want to trade for him. They want him and a draft pick now. True. Like you gotta unload $40 million and a draft pick. That good luck.
Yeah. Tough.
Yeah. It's what I think. As far as he goes, he's sitting pretty. He like, shoot, I'm getting 40 million regardless. I don't care where I play.
I got a question for y'all. Do you think, and I think that he would love to win a championship, but do you think he cares, like if he wins the championship or not?
I think at a certain point, you get to where it ain't gonna happen. So it's like that realization, like, I just gotta, make as much money as I can. Because really, for him to go to a contender, he's either gonna have to come off the bench or change his game. And I don't think he's ready to do neither one of those.
The problem is his scoring efficiency. It's not even like he can come off the bench as like a spark plug. You know what I mean? Like he could just come off and run the second unit, I guess. But like, it's not like you'd bring him out if you're down 15 to come back into the game with his efficiency rating.
I mean, but I think what I'm trying to interpret, what he's trying to say, he probably be maybe a better matchup for the point guard behind the starting point guard, maybe. You know what I'm saying? I guess Nico's trying to say. But
yeah, I mean
I see what Nico's saying, where he's saying he's trying to go to a contender team, but he's with a contender team right now. Like, I feel like, why not try to make those adjustments now?
Yeah,
you feel me? Like, I mean, last year, just hear me out. Last year, y'all tried the thing with Westbrook trying to start. You know what I'm saying? It didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? Granted, it was a lot of injuries. Blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I don't feel like LeBron and Westbrook cannot start at the same time because they both are two ball dominant players. I can't talk today, but I just feel like, and let's be honest, Lakers are not going to bring LeBron off the bench. That'd be a stupid choice to bring LeBron off the bench. So it just had to go back to Russell's pride You know what I'm saying? It just had to be Russell's pride to be like, bro, okay, I don't mind coming off the bench and being a second unit. I mean, let's be honest. Carmelo Anthony for a minute was kind of in the same boat a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But he kind of he bit the bullet and he came off the bench though. But at the end of the day, it still kind of didn't work. But because he's still kind of bouncing around a little bit. But at the end of the day, if Russ can just set aside his pride a little bit, just aside a little bit towards, I feel like he, like I said, to come off the bench, and I feel like that can possibly help the Lakers to win a championship if he does come off the bench. But it's just a fact. Of course, they need other pieces, but it's not just Russ. But Anthony Davis has to show up and be the number one guy. It can't be LeBron again, honestly. So I feel like that's the biggest piece, in my opinion, for if the Lakers are going to go anywhere. For Anthony Davis is going to be his health.
Yeah. And we're talking about Anthony Davis, talking about scoring, I think. Obviously, rebounds. He needs, he's probably going to be a bigger rebounder than LeBron. But really, the number one option is the scoring. I mean, LeBron is still the number one player on that team. It's like how Chris Paul is kind of like the number one player on the Suns. I mean, no disrespect to Booker, but like that team is not first in the West without Chris Paul there. You know what I mean? Like, so it's the same with LeBron. He's still the number one player, but yeah, AD's he's got to be that guy, go for 27 to 29 points a game for the whole season. But yeah, I mean, for Westbrook, like, I agree with what you said. Like, he is in a position to win. So it's not like he knows it's never going to happen for him. Like, he knows, like, I've been saying for years, if you have, and I know Chris Paul's never won, but I said if you have Chris Paul, if you have Steph Curry, or if you have LeBron, every year you have a shot at the title.
No.
And even though obviously Chris Paul's never gotten it, but I mean, if he's on your team, your team is elevated to another level instantly. And so with those three guys, so yeah, I mean, he is in a position to win. So I hope that he understands that, and I think he does. I'm a big Westbrook fan, but like, I hope he understands that, because like, if he just doesn't goof around and play out the rest of his career like he's just having, and padding his stats or enjoying and having a good time, I think they could do something special. I really do. Like, I know they're old and all that, blah, 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 but like, it don't matter, man. Old guys win all the time in this league. Like, when you got that many guys on the same team who can all ball, who know the game, and like, there's no excuses, man. I don't want to hear the age thing anymore. Because here's the thing. If they were old last year, they're really old now. You know what I mean? Like, you just had 15 guys add a year to their life. They're all 15 years older now. So, good luck with that. So I don't want to hear the old stuff, man, anymore. Like, no excuses. Sure, bring in some youth. I'm all for that, but I don't know how they're going to be able to with this Westbrook contract.
Yeah. But I think as far as the Lakers go, it's going to be interesting to see another year. LeBron, Russ, and AD, being able to come together, hopefully. AD with injuries. So it's going to be interesting to see another year with that core, but a new head coach. How Darvin Ham puts his game plans in there. I can't say, like you guys were saying earlier about LeBron, I think they have a shot, but you never really know until the games are played.
Real quick before we move on, what seed do you have the Lakers next year? With this team, let's say they're healthy. Let's say in this core, where do you have them?
It's kind of tough because it's just depending on what kind of free agency moves they're able to make. So, I mean,
I think a healthy AD, they're instantly a 4 seed. I really do. I mean, that they were, but
I'm about to say if AD can stay healthy and if he can play like a top 3 player like he's supposed to be, I'll say probably about top 5 to maybe 6 seed.
And if the Suns don't take it seriously, they could be the next Utah Jazz, where next year we see them as just drop 4 or 5 seeds, and because that team they had played their best basketball, like I don't know if they can do that again. We'll see.
But this also just depends on what they do with their free agency as well, because they got some contracts that they got to deal with, Ayton and I think a few other players too. So it's just
where you got the Lakers next year.
I gotta agree with Walt. I don't know until they, see what they do in free agency, man. Because
older. That's what I'm saying. With this core, let's just say it's this core healthy. where do you put him?
Maybe top
If they're
five.
gonna,
Top five.
yeah, because I'm gonna say I don't know if they can unload these contracts. We'll see if they can, but yeah.
Yeah.
it's gonna be
So
tough.
we shall see. So, switching gears here. Recent projections estimate Bronny James will make 6.3 million from NIL deals in his first year of college. I mean, hey, this is the new state of, college sports. I think, the thing about Bronny, he already got a name coming into a college. So I think he would bring a lot of publicity, really. And it's gonna be all eyes on him. When your father is who your father is, you gotta step into that light eventually. No matter what you play, they're gonna compare you to him all the time. When you miss the shot, make a shot, game winning shot, miss the game winner. But I think, shoot, with his father backing him, I can see why it's projected that way. Your father's worth a couple bill. I mean,
Yeah, I was talking to someone yesterday. I mean, this guy could mess around, have 8 points a game, and still make this much
yeah.
just off his name alone, for sure. So if he balls out,
And then
this
looking
number,
at his
this
Instagram,
number, you'll see this number grow probably close to 10 million
but
if
it's
he balls out.
interesting. It's interesting. His projection is the same amount of followers he has on Instagram.
That's I think that's how they do it.
Yeah,
That's where a lot of this comes
I'm
from.
like, bro, that is like,
Because if what like Cat Williams and them guys are saying about Netflix is like that's how they do it from there too, is like they look at how many tickets you sold in your last year and pay you that much,
right.
per $1 per ticket you sold or whatever. So I don't know how this actually works or not, but I'm just saying. So yeah, I mean that's where they're going off with this is your followers, I guess.
Yes.
But
If I mean, I'm gonna just go ahead and take this take real quick. Honestly, if I'm Bronny James, I'm not even nowhere near thinking about this shit, honestly. And excuse my language, but if he's going into his college here thinking about money, there's something wrong with him because honestly, his father has already set in stone to where towards he's going to be set up for life, pretty much. Like I said, he's going to be pretty much set up for life. So I mean, I'm not saying that he is worried about it, but I'm sure that LeBron James is preparing him, getting him prepped for everything that he's getting ready to face in his first year of college. You know what I'm saying? Because of course, like Nico said, they're gonna try to hit him because he's LeBron James' son. And like you said, they're trying to compare him to anything that LeBron James is doing. Not even just LeBron, anybody that's playing right now. So, like I said, if I'm Bronny James right now, I'm just trying to focus on making sure I do what I need to do to get to school. And like I said, I'm sure that's what his father is doing. And just keep on developing your game, bro. Because like I said, if I don't know if y'all watching the highlights, I am. I am. But that him and his brother, man, they something like that.
I have a feeling. I have a feeling Bryce is gonna be LaMelo.
And man, look, Bryce is already taller than Bronny right now, man. And he only
he already like 6'4", 6'5".
14 already. So it's like I said, all them boys got to do is just stay focused. Don't block out all the noise that everybody
gonna. Listen to your father. Listen to your
because they gonna say they gonna talk. Everybody is going to talk because he's LeBron James' son, but they just got to block that out and continue to develop their game, man. If they can do that, it's gonna be sky's the limit for them for real.
How late do you think they're gonna wait to announce where he's going to college? Like right before college?
You know what? I think they'll wait all the way up until basketball signing day.
Yeah, it wasn't surprising.
I think it'll be like hour before it's over. But I mean, honestly, he probably Kentucky.
I mean, based off his name alone, he's going to be able to go wherever he wants to go. It's just based off if he's going to be able to perform.
Yeah, if you're a school, like you know what I mean, like you're bringing him. If you can get him, sure, you're bringing him in.
Bring him in regardless.
I think they're going to want to go somewhere where he's not on the bench, but who knows? I think he might come off the bench the beginning of his freshman year, and then maybe by midway he'll be starter or something.
I think he got 4 entries already, if I'm not mistaken.
Just go to Ohio State.
That's not one of them, and I'm shocked though.
But if he's a facilitator, he could start for most any teams too. You
No,
know what I mean?
I'm being petty because that's my school.
I know, but I mean, it's not. I'm shocked that it is not one of the schools though. But I mean, he got Duke, North Carolina,
I think they like UCLA and California area. I think they like.
They ain't say no
I think
LSU.
anybody that live out there likes that. You know, you would want to stay there. You know, it's the best of the best. That in Florida is like you can't get no better.
I mean, but basketball wise,
LSU is.
I mean, LSU is okay, but I mean, I'm saying if I'm Bronny, I wouldn't mind.
LSU is one of the schools.
No, one of the schools that he was interested in is Duke, North Carolina, Kentucky, and Kansas.
Okay. Well, I mean, those are all big basketball dominant schools.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like and
they get national recognition.
Those are all top tier teams. So I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if he would go there or not. But
obviously, this is off his name, not his game. But you know, with game, and again, I know his dad is billionaire James. Like he don't need to sweat money and stuff like that. But like this, I'm just saying we could see this number grow to almost like 10 million if he balls out. You know what I mean? If he has a nice year. Like
I mean, of course, you want to build your own legacy. Of course, you're not trying to live your wealth off of your father. So, of course, build your own name. Of course,
and so for him, you know, for a kid to be able to do this, obviously, is getting it because of his name. We're not. I know he's like, I want to go by Bronny because I don't want people, you know, I don't want to whatever. I want my own name. I don't want to be. But it's like, all right, kid, good. You know, you can't ever just walk away from your dad's shadow. It's gonna be there like forever. So, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool, like just to see this capabilities of. Someone said the problem with LA is it's tougher for basketball to be the focus. I agree, man. I mean, you got all these guys doing commercials. You know, the taxes are so high, right? Like you talk about Florida and Texas and stuff like that. Those guys, they can just get paid from the NBA, and 34 million is 34 million. You go to LA, 34 million is 20 million, 17 million. So now you do commercials and stuff like that to make up that extra money. And yeah, you can lose your focus, man. I mean, you know, Paul George be out there playing Fortnite all day. No, I'm kidding. That's okay.
I mean, I feel like you can lose your focus no matter where you go play at. I mean, but definitely LA, Miami, and you know, big name states are going to be a lot more distractions because there's a lot more to do down there. You know, a lot more distractions down there. So
they say that New Orleans food can distract you from playing ball too. So,
well, I mean, because he's talking about I'm guessing the big size portions. They do be giving a lot of size portions.
Well, I was talking about the big size player down there.
Wow.
Yeah, regardless,
whoa, I didn't say no names.
Hey, come on, man. We know you talking about. Let's be real.
We know who you talking about, but we ain't gonna talk about who you talking about.
But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's gonna be distractions anywhere. So I mean, as long as he can just block out the distractions, I mean, Bronny James is gonna be good. Build your own name, build as much money as you can, and just keep balling out like you've been. Man. It's so simple as that.
Yes.
For sure.
Moving on, guys. The Dallas Mavericks have acquired Christian Wood from the Houston Rockets in exchange for the 26th overall pick in this year's draft and 4 players. Guys, matter of fact, Walt, we're going to start with you. What do you think about this trade?
I mean, honestly, I really I can't really say it helps or hurts Dallas yet because, I mean, don't get me wrong, Christian Woods was good. I think he averaged like 17 and like 10 last year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he could definitely be a great addition to Dallas to help out Luka. I think they gave up Trey Burke, Wandon Blajovic. I'm definitely bombed his name. I apologize. But yeah, Trey Burke and Marquise Chris. So, I mean, they gave up a few pieces. There's just a few role players, but yeah, like I said, I mean, he can help Luka. I mean, but I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like Dallas is still going to need a little bit more pieces than just Chris Woods to get further into the playoffs. Now, I'm saying that even though they got past the number 1 seed, but I feel like they still are a couple pieces short from getting an actual championship, honestly. So I'm sure they're going to make a few more moves in the free agency this summer, maybe. But I mean, it's a good step. It's a good first stepping stone to start building towards a championship team. So
I agree.
It won't hurt them, and it won't. I don't want to say how much good it's going to do yet. So yeah.
I agree. New York 7, what you got?
As Melo, baby. We look. Boban is gone, man. That's a bummer. But he was a good. I don't know if he was a good fit down there in Dallas. They didn't use him. He played great last playoffs
It
two
seems
years
like
ago.
he befriends everybody. Everywhere he goes, he
But
befriends
yeah,
He's a
so
lovable guy, though.
so right. So the Rockets are gonna get a great teammate. But
him and Jalen Green gonna be homies from this
I
day
think
forward.
this is a good trade. My prediction came collapsing down when this trade happened, because I predicted they were going to go get a more athletic, agile center. I said Joel Embiid. I was clearly wrong. They went Christian Wood. Obviously, what this means is they're all in on oh come on, the guard.
Luka,
No,
Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson. Yeah, they're going to sign him to a pretty big contract, because if they got that Embiid contract, they probably wouldn't have been able to afford the Brunson contract. So we're going to see a really big contract for Brunson here. But I like it, man. The season isn't even over, and they're already the first. I think this is the first move. They're already preparing, and I think that's a good sign. And I truly believe that still Luka is going to win MVP, and I think this is a big help, because Embiid actually being on your team. First off, he could help you win MVP, because your team could be a higher ranked team, but at the same time, like having Embiid, people will be like, "Well, he's got Embiid." This is good. This is really going to help him, because he can do all the intangibles Embiid can do at a certain level. I'm not saying he does it as high level as Embiid, but I mean, he can shoot, he can drive, he can rebound, he can play defense. So, I mean, I like it. It's an affordable, smart move for a really good guy. I mean, this is like Clint Capella when he was young, and maybe with a much higher offense than Clint Capella. So
it sounds like you're trying to go more for an MVP than a championship, though. Like,
I think that I don't know that Dallas is a champion yet, but I'm saying this is his MVP season. I'm calling it right now. Luka is winning MVP, but I was clearly wrong about the Embiid move. But I understand why. Like, I understand they're all in on Brunson, and I like that. Be all in on your guys. But yeah, man, like Dwight Powell was nice. Boban's nice. I know the other center. I can't remember his name. They're nice, but like they're not Christian Wood, man. And this guy brings something special to the game that like I'm really excited to see. So I like it. It shows that Dallas is serious and and already preparing for next season before this one's over.
I'm glad you finally coming around to the Luka.
Oh, I'm not coming around. I ain't cheering for him. I ain't cheering for Dallas. If you think I'm cheering for Dallas, you kidding yourself.
Bravo, young man. Bravo. You're learning. You're learning.
Okay, see your bust.
oh my God.
Dang.
You ain't gonna see me wearing no Dallas shirts.
We're gonna buy you one. We're gonna buy you one for your birthday.
I ain't wearing it.
You're gonna wear it on one of the shows. What?
If I buy your Dallas shirt, you wearing that motherfucker.
Yeah,
you wasting money then.
We're gonna have to put it on them like you put it on a kid. You wearing this today? Like
you might as well flush it down the toilet.
I'm about to say we got to bet him or something for make him wear it.
That's the only way to probably do it. Yeah,
probably so.
But I mean, getting Christian Woods, you get a 19 and 10 guy. You get some production and from the lower post. Because I think that was another problem they had. They didn't have any size that can score, that can put you back to the basket, that can, make you you can't cheat them, because Christian Woods, he's a big body. He could dominate that paint, especially when you play on a team like the Golden States, even Phoenix to a certain extent. You take Aiden out, you have an athletic JaVale McGee, but we see sometimes
crazy if Dallas can sign 8 and 2. Now that would probably be a big man that he could possibly move.
If they was to do that, John definitely wear a jersey now.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like they possibly a big man and like another. Well, I won't say a point guard, but I say they definitely need some type of defensive presence down there.
Well, you gotta think though, if they were to get hypothetically Aiden on top of Christian Wood, your 3, your 4, and your 5. That's a lot of scoring.
That's a lot right there. And you got defense. I'm not saying that Luka's a lockdown defensive player, but he got some type of length to where towards he can at least
100%.
So you know what I'm
saying. I think they would be a more athletic version of of Milwaukee in a way
I can see
because
that.
they have a bunch of size, but like Brooke Lopez, he ain't the most
Right.
athletic.
But I mean,
Giannis
they
is the
got size.
most athletic, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just going
And
based on this.
Bobby Portis does what he does. He's an energy guy, but they would have a lot more. Shoot, that half court would be crazy.
Now, granted, though, Luka Doncic's the rebounds might go down, though, so he might not be
I
able to
mean,
have
I
triple
think,
double.
I
But
mean, I think he would rather rebounds go down and wins go up than.
I was kind of BSing a little bit on
Oh, okay, I was gonna say I don't think he'd tip about them rebounds if he winning. So I mean, hypothetically, I think adding Christian Woods to Jalen Bronson, and we got to see how Tim Hardaway Jr. comes back. Bullock, see if they keep him and Vinny Smith.
and they still got Dinwiddie too.
Yes. So they have a lot of things to think about too.
I think Dinwiddie is one of the more underrated players in this league, man.
I think they're gonna keep him more than anything, though.
I think he has that Wiggins potential to be a star from game to game. Like he yeah.
Could be. So
hey, we had someone ask, can we get? And again, this last minute, I know y'all put no thought into this, but can we get some thoughts on the Kings and their fourth pick? Your thoughts on Jaden Ivey and his fit with the Kings, and if maybe any teams should be interested in a trade. Real quick, I'll start off so you guys can think about it because I already read the comments. So I can put some thought into it. Jaden Ivey is great. He's right here, Purdue. We saw plenty of him. I guess he's right now listed as, I don't know what they want him as, a point guard or whatever. He's more of a scoring guard. His assist to turnover ratio was quite even. Like he about 3 assists to 2 turnovers. It's not great point guard stats, but like I don't know that the Kings need a point guard. So if they were to bring him in as a point guard, like I don't know if they would bring him as a point guard, but if they brought him as a point guard, what are you gonna shift your other point? You can trade your other point guard away.
And you
that's
say
the tough thing about
the Kings.
Yeah, that he's this guy's a Kings fan is what the question is. My concern is like in the NBA draft, man, is like, do you take the player you need to fill do you fill the position you need, or do you take the best player on the board? And I think that's where the Kings are. Where I think if you're the Kings, I think you take the best player on the board, right? Because we saw this. What we the finals. Minnesota had in the 2009 draft. Minnesota Timberwolves had the 5th and the 6th pick, and they drafted twice. Who had the 7th pick? The Golden State Warriors, and they got Steph Curry. Like they had 2 shots to get Steph Curry and didn't, and because they wanted a pass first point guard and Ricky Rubio, and they wanted another player.
But granted, though, in their defense, at that time coming out of Davidson, Steph Curry was injury prone with his left ankle. I mean, his ankle. He had a lot of ankle injuries. So I mean,
I agree, but that's why I'm saying it's tough. We talked about scouting the other day. Have y'all watched LeBron's new movie Hustle?
Yeah.
Adam Sandler.
It's all right.
Well, they both are in it.
I thought it was a good movie.
Like that's a tough business, man. Scouting's a tough business. So you are taking chances. You know what I mean? You can go get your AD and your Zion who are hurt every year, and because they're the best player, or do you go get the player you need? And so, I think obviously injury prone is something you got to look into and stuff. But like, man, if I'm the Kings, I think I go take the best player on the board.
Yeah.
Because honestly, like I think once you get that player, the rest then you can surround them with the pieces you need. Because this building a team from scratch, it works, but you're not winning championships until you find that player. And so, that's my take. I don't know what y'all think about Jaden Ivey and the Kings and all.
Yeah, I mean, I have to. I was about to say I have to somewhat agree with you. You just need somewhat of knowledge of Jaden Ivey. I mean, it looked like he had 17 points, like you said, for 4 rebounds and 3 assists. I mean, they got him listed here as a shooting guard, I think. So, I mean, like John was saying, you guys already have your point guard and DeAndre Fox. I won't really say where I see him with the Kings, honestly, because honestly, I feel like the Kings need another big man. They need another solid small forward. no disrespect to Harrison Barnes, but I just feel like he's a better contributor coming off the bench than being a starter. So I definitely feel like you guys, like John was saying, probably go for the best fit, whoever the best guy is in the draft, instead of maybe going for Ivory. I'm not sure. I don't think he's saying that.
I mean, if Ivy's the best player on the board, I take him.
Yeah,
I'm taking whoever's the best player from the Kings.
But I mean, like I said, I just feel like you guys need to make some moves in the free agency. Definitely try to see what you guys can do. Like I said, in the free agency, and try to make some moves, even try to get a big man or a small forward. But when it comes to the draft, I definitely try to just take the best person possible and pretty much go from there. Because I mean, pretty much you guys are in rebuild mode right now. So I mean, it's going to take time. It's going to.
I do think like the Suns, man. I think like the Suns, they're a piece and a half, piece or two away from being a serious, a 4 seed, a 3 seed, like maybe higher. But I don't think the Kings are extremely like in a crazy rebuild. I think they're just I agree. I think they're like a couple pieces away.
Yeah. So I mean, just go get the best guy and hope for the best in the free agency.
So switching gears here from one potential contender to a new contender, the Cleveland Browns. Did them making Deshaun Watson the highest paid quarterback in NFL history, did it ruin the market? We're going to start with our trusty Cleveland Brownian.
Well, let's go.
I feel like we already talked about this, honestly, but I mean,
Deshaun Watson? Nah, we ain't talking about Deshaun Watson in a long time, except every week.
Whatever. But anyways, I mean,
always coming out. That's the problem.
Honestly, I don't feel like they messed up the market. They just put their trust into their franchise quarterback. I mean, just granted the fact that he's going through all this BS outside. I shouldn't call it BS. I apologize. I don't want to put no disrespect on those women like that, so I shouldn't call it BS. But just granted that he's going through all the things off the field, saying that's just kind of putting things on hold right now. So I mean, they were talking about possibly revoking the guaranteed money. So I'm not sure how that is going to go. But I mean, it's just pretty much it's still a waiting game on the NFL part. You know what I'm saying? We just trying to decide. I guess they're trying to decide if it's going to be a significant suspension, because now they talk about a significant suspension of him being suspended until they figure out what they're going to do with him. So I mean, at the end of the day, I'm just getting my mind prepped for we're gonna probably not gonna have Deshaun Watson this year. So I'm just pretty much trying to build. My mentality is just I'm getting ready for the season after this one. So it's gonna be a tough season, unless, like I said, we can go out and try to find a mediocre quarterback that can still somewhat win his games, and hopefully our defense can step up and win his games. But it's gonna be a tough season.
The reason this is a question is because we saw Tyreek was about to take 25 mil from the Chiefs, 26, 27 maybe. And then Devontae Adams came out and said, I want 28. Boom. And as soon as he got 28, Tyreek's agent said, we're not signing for less than that. That is the floor. So we're now working up from that. And that's why this has nothing to do with Deshaun and his off the field or none of that. It's talking about, are now quarterbacks going to start demanding this kind of, which, by the way, I'm all for guaranteed contracts. Now, at that point, maybe the contract should come down. That's debatable. But like I don't like this. Oh, you're $200 million guy, $80 million guaranteed. Like, wait, what did you just say? Like, in 2 years, all my money could be given to me, and then the rest of that $120 million is just nothing. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm all for guaranteed money, but we're gonna see the next. Now, a lot of the big names already got there, so we could be set for a couple of years. But Dak got his, Pat got his. I don't think Brady's going to re-up. Rodgers got his. So
I say Brady already re-up.
I don't think he's going to sign a new giant contract. He ain't doing that.
He ain't got to. He already got his off the field situation settled.
Right, that's what I'm talking about. So I was saying all the big names, I think most of them knocked out their contracts or aren't going to do another big contract. So I don't know that it'll change much yet, but yeah, sure. If Kirk Cousins comes along and says, and this is not a shot at him, I'm a huge Kirk Cousins fan. I think he's underrated, extremely underrated. But like, if he comes along and says I want 250 guaranteed, then definitely he ruined the market somehow because now we're just getting out of control. But
yeah,
he definitely reset the market.
I mean, I guess I see what you're saying, but I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, a quarterback that you have to make sure that he has to get his guaranteed money because that's your team lead for real. I mean, let's be honest. Like if anything happens to that team, everybody's looking to the quarterback first. So I mean, I feel like
you do, but I don't think all quarterbacks are worthy of contracts that big.
I agree.
I don't think Ryan Tannehill should make more than Derrick Henry.
I'm not saying all quarterbacks should make that, but I'm just saying of a player like Deshaun Watson, I mean, you definitely giving him guaranteed money because I mean, before all this happened, he was a top 3 quarterback. So I mean, they're just going based off of what they seen before all this happened.
Yeah, I don't. Last thing, yeah, I don't think he ruined the market until we see another quarterback come out and demand this. That's less than his talent. If we see a quarterback less than his talent come out and demand this, then we got an issue. We got a problem.
Yeah, but I do think like with Kyler Murray, Lamar, it is I need that. I need all that.
I think Lamar does deserve. I think Lamar
those are caliber quarterbacks deserve that guaranteed money though.
I'm not going to put Kyler there yet, but Lamar deserves Deshaun Watson money.
I mean, if you take Kyler Murray out of that Cardinal system, they're not winning none of those games. I mean, let's be honest. So I think that's why I'm putting them up there.
I agree, but I think Deshaun Watson still wins a playoff game or two with that same team.
I mean, okay. I mean,
I'm just saying, like
because he's done it, but with less though. I mean, I agree.
There's a difference between all-star and superstar. You know what I mean? Like I think Kyler's an all-star. Deshaun's a superstar. He's top 5, and I would say Lamar's probably right there at 6, maybe even top 5 himself. Debate arguably. But especially because Deshaun hadn't played in a couple of years, so maybe right now I'd probably take Lamar over him. But Kyler's not there yet; he ain't a superstar yet.
I can dig it for sure.
Yeah, very true. But I do think when most of these, like even Justin Herbert, in the next year or two, you're gonna be like, hey, I need that.
That's true. There are some guys coming up. Yeah.
260.
Joe Burrow, yep. There's some contracts coming.
500, 260.
Again, those are caliber quarterbacks that are deserving.
No, but I'm saying,
Joe Burrow, you got a team to Cincinnati. I mean,
you're right. But also, those guys are gonna be like, hey, we could do 620, give me 260, fully guaranteed, and we good. They're gonna be like, oh hell no.
I'm guessing by that time the NFL market is gonna be just skyrocket.
It's definitely gonna be dumb.
Name me the quarterback who won a Super Bowl after his big contract.
So anybody watching this, if you're a pretty tall young man like John like 6'4". John don't look that tall, but John pretty tall in person.
I'm tall as hell.
No, yeah, he long. John is like a white Scottie Pippen. No.
I'm barely I'm not even 6'3". I'm right under 6'3".
Stop it.
But he's long. Don't let him fool you. He's very modest, but he's long. If you block your shot, he probably like 6'9". No cap.
No. I'm 6'2" with a 6'9" wingspan. That's why people
see what I mean? My point exactly.
Yeah.
And if he jump, he like 7 foot.
I got the monkey arms, but I can't jump though, so that don't matter.
But long story short, if you're out there and you're watching this, make sure your child is a quarterback because they're getting paid. Make sure he's decent too, because if he is, that boy can set your family up for life. For life. Just ask Miss Watson. Her son just signed $250.
Do whatever y'all can do. Be whatever you want to be.
But be a quarterback.
Yeah, practice kicking on the side though, because not enough people are trying to be kickers, and there's money in that too.
Yes. Well, that's more longevity money. But that right now, like $250 for 4 years.
That would be interesting to see a quarterback like year 17 just transition to a kicker to keep playing. Continue. We're moving on.
That would be something I haven't seen before. I would be like Skip Bayless. That's a virtuoso. Never seen it. Never happened.
Tim Tebow tried it at tight end, but
We all know how that ended.
Oh.
Go ahead, Walt. What
Tim Tebow. I'm guessing I'm taking this out, man. Look, I
Oh,
appreciate.
okay.
I
Well, we
appreciate
didn't even talk about
everybody
the
watching.
Warriors. All right, we'll talk about
Oh,
the
we
Warriors next time.
Oh,
Now
my
that-
bad.
is it in here? It ain't even,
It's at the top. It's at the top. It's at the top. My fault.
bruh.
Let me see.
What?
How we not?
Hold on. Wait. What more is it to say? They won. They proved them wrong. What is more to say?
I agree. We'll talk about it in the next one.
So
Yeah.
everybody that said the Warriors were trash, Wiggins couldn't do it, Steph was too little to do it by himself.
We were all wrong.
Yeah.
We were all wrong.
That's it in a nutshell.
Hey, before we close out though, I do want to say, man, now it's just 4 months now since Brittany Griner was arrested. So, man, like, don't forget, like, that's tough, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Bro, so
I appreciate the fact that John does bring that to attention to everybody at the end of the show. So I hope that everybody that is watching that mess with us, make sure that y'all try to bring attention as y'all can to it. But I'm not saying that it's a lot that we all can do, but I mean, just like keep her in y'all prayers and just try to pray for the best for it, man.
And it is easy to forget because out of sight, out of mind.
That's absolutely. So, John, I definitely appreciate you keep bringing that up and continue to keep doing so we can, keep her in our prayers and get her out of Russia and make sure she's safe as possible and get her back home to her family. So, but on that note, closing us out, I appreciate the folks watching us. This has been
and a lot of our viewers are not subscribed, so please subscribe.
Yes. I appreciate you, Kings fans. I'm not too much of a fan, but y'all can keep.
I like Sacramento.
And keep on bringing. I want y'all to bring some Sacramento knowledge to us. You know what I'm saying, and ask us questions, as many questions as y'all want. We don't care. You know what I'm saying. If we got to look it up, it don't matter. We want everybody to intervene from all over the world, even if you call them from China. I don't give a damn. But like I said, keep sure y'all comment, like, share, subscribe. Appreciate everybody watching. This your boy Big Walt, my boy Nico Suave, looking suave in the motherfucker. My boy John, the hardest working man in showbiz right now. We appreciate y'all watching. Stay tuned, man. We coming back next week. Live in charge. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all.